So you mean to tell me I done woke up and apparently we at war with Iran? I'm so tired of it, y'all. I'm so tired of it. Apparently, Trump has announced, hey, listen, we're going to take military action against Iran. There will be casualties, all these other stuff. This message is to Iran, okay? Whenever y'all are like, hey, listen, if y'all mess with us, we're going to strike back at him and his people, okay? Leave the American people out of it, because we don't want no parts of it. We don't got no issue with y'all. Listen, they don't even care about us. So you striking back at us, it don't even matter, okay?
Breaking news. According to Israeli journalist Nahum Barnea, President Trump has tried to get a ceasefire with Iran through an Italian envoy. Iran has rejected the ceasefire outright. It is 9:35 p.m., March 1st, 2026.
This man explains why Donald Trump decided to bomb Iran, and the reason will surprise you. Pay attention.
The reason that Donald Trump decided to bomb Iran was that the Israelis said, if you don't bomb Iran to take out these deep bunkers, we're going to use nuclear weapons. And they had never threatened that before. And so Trump said, bombing Iran might actually save us from the start of World War III if it keeps the Israelis from using nuclear weapons.
So according to your source, the Israelis told the President of the United States that if he did not use the United States military power to bomb the nuclear facilities in Iran, Israel, acting on its own, would use nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Do you see why there's a problem with that statement, John?
Yeah.
Because they've never fucking admitted that they've had them.
That's right.
So you're telling me that they just admitted to the President of the United States that they have nuclear weapons and we still do not have them in the IAEA treaty?
I mean, if Israeli nuclear whistleblowers are to be believed, yeah, they started working on them in the 50s. They got them around the late 60s or the early 70s.
I hope you heard what he said. He explained that Donald Trump ordered the strike on Iran because Israel told him that if he did not act, Israel might pursue a nuclear weapon, which would be more risky. For Trump, it made more sense to strike Iran than to allow Israel to develop a nuclear weapon.
All right, let me go back over here. Pentagon urges Trump to not attack Iran. There will be massive casualties for the U.S. and allies. Wall Street Journal. Surely we should listen to them. In my opinion, I'm not really seeing that. I'm not.
So this whole Iran plan that Donald Trump has been engaging in seems to be backfiring in a pretty major way. Not only are the American people completely turning on Donald Trump and they disapprove across the board of these strikes and intervention in the Middle East, but also Trump and the people around him are just outright admitting that they don't have a plan. There's no what's next for them. They're just focused on now, and whatever happens next, be damned. It's kind of a crazy admission that we're seeing from Trump and his allies, but nonetheless, it is not surprising whatsoever. I mean, does anybody really believe that Donald Trump has a plan when he does any of these things?
Donald Trump has said we are going to war with Iran. He also said some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So this comes after he pulled out of Obama's nuclear deal, Iranian nuclear deal, which did limit how Iran would build their nuclear programs. Trump said it was too weak and it needs to be stronger. So he just pulled out of that deal. And after he pulled out, Iran said, okay, well, we're just going to go back to what we were doing and we're going to start doing our stuff, uranium. And the United States, after pulling out of that deal, tried to do fear-mongering and scare tactics and aggression towards Iran, and it didn't work. So now we are going to war with Iran. But here's what's crazy. Iran said that if the United States starts dropping bombs on them, their hackers will tap into our credit card systems and wipe out everyone's debt and give everybody an 800 credit score. I don't think anyone should be hacking a foreign country. That's wrong. But just
American generals are begging Trump to not attack Iran, claiming that we are not ready and we will lose. General Kane, Trump's leading general, said that any major operations against Iran will face challenges, as our munitions and equipment is so low because we're giving it all to Israel and Ukraine. It was so important that even Trump brought this up, saying that everything about this was 100% incorrect, and that in General Kane's opinion, it would be something easily won. And then he brings up that the nuclear program was blown to smithereens by our B-2 bombers, even though we gotta go do it again. Former Secretary of Defense General Lloyd Austin sent a letter to Trump asking him not to go to war. And now we got American politicians on both sides posting this article about generals saying that we're not ready. Our own military sailors on the naval ships don't even want to fight this war. They've been at sea for 300 days. President Trump, listen to Dan Kane and do not go to war with Iran.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm trusting that you're all doing well today and welcome to the channel. So guys, currently, if you have noticed, there's a lot of rifts, like the world is just going crazy. And this is it. So apparently Donald Trump has bombed Iran. And the world is just going into chaos. And apparently the Americans have also said that they don't want to be part of this. That whatever action the Iranians take, they should channel the wrath to Donald Trump. They don't want to be part of this. They're writing to the Iranian citizens and the government at large and telling them that this is not their war. They should deal with Donald Trump instead. But this is it. Have you asked yourself, like, of what benefit does Donald Trump get, especially when he decides to involve himself in a fight that doesn't concern him, in a fight that is not his? So this is it. Currently, Epstein files, that is Jeffrey Epstein, is actually coming up with this theory, and a lot of noble people, including Trump, who has been mentioned almost 1 million times in the files. He's done some things, and we don't know the motive. I don't know the motive yet, but I'm asking myself, with those all allegations, nobody has gone to the court of law. Nobody has tried to challenge Jeffrey Epstein about the files, because some people that you love, some people that I love, apparently have been mentioned into, with all the mention that apparently is over 1 million plus. We all know how Donald Trump moves. Like, is this kind of a person who really minds about his reputation, and he's usually very vocal about everything. Even you've seen how he acts, especially with the journalists around him. And ladies and gentlemen, so this is it. You all know that that the UAE is one of the countries, or rather one of the countries that has dominance over fuel. And imagine to a point where the United States is able to channel how this fuel is going to be distributed and all that. That country is going to be powerful, and that is what Donald Trump is looking into, aside from deviating people's minds to now talking about Iran and not talking about the Epstein files, because this guy, those files has mentioned him and he's done some things, and I haven't seen him moving to court to challenge that, because basically he would, So ladies and gentlemen, this is going to affect even other parts of the world, and you've seen even like Lebanon right now, even in Qatar, Kuwait, it's just chaos. So normally, most of the time, this would be like dominance. They want dominance. It's like governance and dominating, so that you could be seated and, like, you know what, you don't play with the United States of America, because at the end of the day, this is going to happen. But what is it going to look like in terms of alliances? Because currently, as we speak, everybody doesn't want to be friends with the United States of America. And where is Donald Trump actually taking that country that has been known for its greatness and everything? So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yvonne, and just in case you're new here, welcome to my channel, and you are welcome to being part of my online family. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. Thank you for staying, and please guys, remember to subscribe. Until next time.